got to stand right next to, Kirk Cameron in between takes and before we would go onto the set. And Kirk was so jealous of Leo DiCaprio. It was seethingly upset that Leo was taking his thunder. And then Kirk fired his then on-screen girlfriend because she was a Playboy centerfold, and Kirk was too, prim and proper. And he was just getting into the Pritikin diet. And I used to take gifts that I would bring the scripts from the trailers of some of the Growing Pains kids. And they'd ask me to go get the script for them, and we would practice lines in between takes. That was a lot of fun. Or working on Growing Pains, that was fun. And those were the good old days. But, recently I've done a lot of TV shows and movies. It's just that they only do 8 episodes of these streaming shows. So you don't get a chance to really, get to work on it long enough. You might only work 1 or 2 episodes, when before they would do 39 episodes, But I did do Grey's Anatomy a lot. I worked on that show a lot recently, and through the years, I got to do their 200th episode with Patrick Dempsey. And I did work on some movies with Patrick Dempsey as well. And that was fun, to work with him and some of the old 80s and 90s stars. And Pierce Brosnan put his arm around me on a couch in The Lawnmower Man. He did that in between the time he was 007. And that was fun. He goes, "What's up?" And he had his arm around me for quite a long time when we did The Lawnmower Man 2 or something like that. And sometimes, my favorite one to work on was, now it's bringing back memories, was I did the Centipede, Human Centipede 3, and I had to be a human centipede on the floor, stuck head to groin with nails in a centipede line. And the raunchy director's language that she used, it was so raunchy and so dirty. You talk F words but this was like porno talk, the way she was talking. And it was so raunchy that Eric Roberts off screen was laughing about how raunchy it was. I mean, he was just laughing his head off because he produced, I think, Centipede 3, but we had to be human centipedes, and that was fun to be like head to butt, and they go, get in there, put your head next to that butt, get in there, and don't move, and put your head closer to the butt crack, and they would talk so raunchy. The dirty and director was getting into all, because that movie, Human Centipede, the dialogue in the script, if you watch that movie, is very raunchy, dirty talk. And I think but she really got into it, the female director, from that movie. And sometimes the directors, they get into that. I played a bouncer one time on a C. Thomas Howell movie, and it was that particular director kept calling me a couple of times back because he liked, and don't look like a bouncer, but I got to tell people, stand back, don't be around this velvet rope. Nobody gets around this velvet rope, or whatever it was. And I had to have dialogue. They just threw you dialogue, or if you're in a bar scene, they might throw you some dialogue. But I have found that when you're an extra, if you're in the right time at the right place, you get more lines than you do when you audition, really. It's just because of the fact that they throw in extra stuff that they're going to need, or somebody didn't show up, or you're just the right type at the right time. I have another friend who on Facebook constantly puts an arrow towards everything he's ever been in, and he'll put an arrow, and he puts every single little thing he's ever been in, he'll post it on Facebook. And you could get in trouble for doing that because you're not supposed to share it on social media, some of the things you're in right away, because then people could see it before it happens. Because Rosie O'Donnell got in trouble one time on her talk show, or she didn't get in trouble, but they got very upset with her when she revealed, she spoiled, no spoiler alert, for Fight Club, the movie I was in with Meatloaf, and we were shirtless in a Fight Club scene. And she told the audience before the movie came out, the whole synopsis of the movie and how it ended. And the studio got upset, and I think Brad Pitt got very upset with her over that. But she kind of divulged that she didn't like that movie. And what's really weird is she's into she's into the fighters, the UFC. She'll watch the UFC fights all the time. But But back then, maybe she just wasn't into UFC at that time. But see, Fight Club was very violent in her opinion about the, people getting all beat up and abused and bruised up because of the fact that they were bullied, as part of the joke on the Fight Club, or the thing that they were told to do their assignment. So that was, and I used to watch the Rosie O'Donnell show, and of course, when she came to LA, I watched it, but I understand that she got into some squabble over the fact that she revealed the ending of a movie before it came out. But, that's the way it is. She's a nice gal. She follows me on TikTok, Rosie O'Donnell, and, there's other people that I've helped. I used to push her merch line. She did a t-shirt line called Rosie Freakin' O'Donnell. And the merch line was made by sniffapickle.com/Rosie. So like I'm doing with the shirtless videos, I used to do for Rosie O'Donnell. Countless people, I would go and say, hey, what do you think of Rosie O'Donnell? Could you say Rosie freaking O'Donnell on camera? Just say, hey, I'm mesmerized by your shirt. What does it say? Rosie freaking O'Donnell. And I would get like maybe 400, 500 people to say, hey, I like your shirt. What does it say? And they would read what said on my shirt. It said Rosie freaking O'Donnell. And a lot of them thought that she was Roseanne Barr. Or, and I had to tell them, no, she's not Roseanne Barr, type of thing. But I used to push her merch line a lot. And that's why she followed me, because a lot of the people that saw that I was pushing her merch line would say, at Rosie, at Rosie, at Rosie, on my comments in my posts. Because countless people, I would push her merch line. And then when she did the L word, and she got to do a bowling scene, she didn't even have me come on as a bowler. But I did get speaking lines on a bowling movie with one of the guys the French guy from the Entourage, one of the Entourage kids, guys. I was doing a bowling movie one time, and it was like an independent movie. It wasn't a bowling movie, but that was our scene. And the director happened to be from one of those old NBC dramas, like The Profiler or something like that from NBC, and she liked me. She was a blonde lady, and she just happened to like me. Sometimes the directors, they just get a feel for you when you first walk on to them, and they kind of like you. But she seemed to like me for some reason, and then she said, Eddie, you're going to have speaking lines today. I want you to say this and this and this. And I want you to also grab the guy from the Entourage and pull him away from you. So I had to get a stunt coordinator guy to show me how I could pull him away when he was going to have a fight with another guy on the set, and I had to put my arms around him and pull him away from another guy in the scene for some reason, and I had to learn the stunt moves and things like that on how to or he's going to punch you out, and we need to have you know how to do it fake, but not look too fake, but he's not really going to punch you, but you're going to go like this, and then this is how you how when they throw a punch, you're going to go like that, and things like that. You have to sometimes. I was on another thing where they.
Oh my God.
The stunt people or the stunt coordinators have to show you what you're going to be doing because they want it to look so real. And so that was fun working with one of the Entourage guys. And then one of the guys from White Castle, the movie or whatever, Keenan, the one about the two guys, Kulam and Kumar, or what's his name? Harold and Kumar. One of the Harold and Kumar guys, one time I was a cop and I had to put handcuffs around him and put the actual handcuffs on him and give him the Miranda rights, and then I had to lock the key, the director said, and put them on him, and then put your little key in there and make sure they're real tight. And he was freaking out because I put the little handcuffs on him. The guy that was one of the Harold or Kumars. He wasn't freaking out, but he was playing with me to make it look like it was a fetish thing, and he was maybe traumatized by maybe in real life he had sex and he had the little handcuffs thrown on him for sex scene or something, and maybe that brought back sense memory because he was trying to be a dramatic actor and that kind of thing. Who's this over here? There's somebody over there with a Mickey Mouse and he's got his shirt off. And so basically, are you the mom of Ethan? Are you Ethan's mom? Oh, very nice to meet you. What city are you in?
I'm in Woodland Hills.
Oh, Woodland Hills, California. Very good. So we're just waiting for Ethan to interview you?
I guess. I don't know what's going on. You certainly have
I just want to say, I hate the rain. I hate the rain. I hate the fucking rain.
Awesome.
He hates the rain.
They hate the rain.
He said he hates the rain.
Great. Well, this one lady I know was upset with Howie Mandel because they went on that show, the NBC's America's Got Talent, and I think what happened was they were the three grandmothers or something, and Howie X'd her, gave her the X thing, and even though she kind of thought she had made friends with him. And then she follows him, but he doesn't follow her back or something. So she was kind of like a little miffed, with him. And then she went on The Price is Right, and she didn't get all the way to the three grandmothers went on The Price is Right, and they also lost. And so that was number two of, them being traumatized.